Hi, I'm Dr. Charlie Galanis, board-certified plastic surgeon in Beverly Hills, California.
Hello, this is Caitlin.
Hi, nice to meet you finally.
Nice to meet you finally.
Come on in, we'll chat in here.
With over 300,000 performed annually in the US alone, breast augmentation surgery is one of the most common procedures in all of aesthetic medicine.
Your high-profile clientele must keep you on your toes. Share the most exciting or puzzling request you ever had.
But I think the strangest requests are, or the strangest experience I have is the lengths to which they will go to maintain their privacy. You know, I can't name names, but I can tell you there's a high-profile star who oftentimes will travel inside of luggage, so she is not seen publicly going to an office.
To a plastic surgeon office in Beverly Hills.
I'm not saying where she's going, but she's will go into an office hidden completely in a piece of luggage, like a trunk.
So they carry.
Yes, and it's almost the person's carried into this place as if they're bringing equipment in, and all of a sudden they open it up and out comes a human being. One of the things that I think would surprise a lot of people are the number of men, very, very famous, well-known actors, pop stars, etc., who have not just had treatments like Botox, etc., but have had plastic surgery.
So what are the enhancement techniques that a man can do so he looks younger, more attractive, and he's more related to the industry today?
I think what you think about when you think about someone trying to maintain their youth, you look at the things that are the first telltale signs of aging. For men and women, a lot of times that's the jawline and the neck. So when it comes to something in the face, where they're exposing their face, we're talking about techniques now in neck lift, lower facelift procedures that are more hidden with the scars, that don't create an unnatural look, that don't change the overall look of the face. I mean, I think the perception of a facelift as this very windswept, unnatural look is something from years ago. I think now what we're seeing is people trying to get more of a natural aesthetic where they just look refreshed. But what they're really doing, if you look closely, is the jawline is sharper, the neck is tighter in ways that can only be surgical.
What is the latest trend nowadays?
The latest trend, I think...
That Hollywood goes crazy after it.
I mean, Hollywood was always interested in a quick fix with no downtime, and it doesn't exist. So I think that things like the Botox and the fillers is always going to be something that's big in that industry because it's something that they don't have any downtime. You can give them just a little bit of something and really change their look. I think from a surgical standpoint, it's been interesting because with the strikes that have happened this year, my colleagues have all talked about more people coming into offices because now they have this downtime to recover from surgeries that they might not be able to recover when they're in the middle of a shoot or they have an interview in a week or two and things like that. But with the strike and they're not able to promote anything, they're able to do a lot more during this downtime. I can tell you funny stories that sometimes they presented pictures to me of patients I've operated on. They don't know that, of course, and I can tell them that person doesn't even look like that. It's a filtered image and it's not even real. So you have to kind of sometimes protect people from these expectations they have that are unrealistic.
We all love an excellent eyebrow-raising story. What's the quickest patient request you ever encountered?
Well, I've had people ask for filler in very strange parts of the body. You can use your imagination on that one. I've had patients who are
Men and women?
Mostly women.
Yes.
I've had requests I had patients who were going to have a tummy tuck who said they didn't want to have a belly button afterward. So those are a little
Is that possible?
It's certainly possible. I wouldn't recommend it, and I did not agree to it. But
yes.
It's there are a lot of things that are possible. It doesn't mean you should do them.
I'm gonna try one of my new glasses and see if this works out. Might not. It's kind of fun.
Are Kylie Jenner's lips still in fashion? Do they ask you for?
I think so. I think
Yes.
lips haven't gone away. I think that maybe it's a little bit more tempered. You know, you would see some people walking around with a duck lip or just overfilled sausage lips. I think there's been a trend towards a more natural aesthetic when it comes to fillers. I think people got a little bit carried away with them for a while, but I think that's getting better. But I think lips are just as in vogue now as they were when Kylie Jenner made them popular.
Every 30 seconds here in the United States, a Brazilian butt lift is being done.
We see very often women with fake fillers on the butt. I mean, is it something common that you have to fix or correct sometimes?
You know, the most common way that we do buttock augmentation is using fat. It's called the BBLs or the Brazilian butt lift.
Which
It's the
is safe
popular term.
nowadays.
Yes.
Essentially, we graft or take fat away from either the abdomen, flanks, and back, and transfer that fat to the buttocks to enhance its shape and projection.
So there was a scare several years ago because there was a single study that came out that showed these very high mortality rates. But when they reevaluated this study, they saw that there were a lot of flaws in how that study was performed. They've since reperformed that study, and they've also given guidelines about how to do BBL such that the mortality, the safety of a BBL is the same as a tummy tuck. It's actually probably safer than a tummy tuck statistically. Now, the trend has changed with that. I think there was a period of time where it's very exaggerated. It was popularized by a very famous American family. I think that trend has certainly reversed and people looking for something more natural. In fact, a lot of people that had that sort of enlarged, exaggerated look have gone into surgery to have it reversed, to have it reduced a little bit.
If plastic surgery in Beverly Hills had a slogan, what would be that?
I'm biased, but I would probably say epicenter. I think people will always look at Beverly Hills as one of the kind of world headquarters of aesthetic medicine in general. I think the proximity to Hollywood, the Southern California lifestyle, all of these things create an environment that has attracted some of the best surgeons in the world that are really trying to push the limits in their craft. It doesn't mean there aren't great surgeons elsewhere, that's silly. But I think you have such a high concentration of really top-notch providers here that epicenter is what comes to mind.